March 3rd, 7:30 a.m., day 14. Leaving out of Locust Grove Gap. It's about 3 miles north of Sassafras Gap Shelter. And we've got about 17 and a half to get to Fontana today. But Jacob's Ladder is between us and Fontana. So it's cold last night. Cassio said it was 37 degrees. I know it could be a lot colder, but that's the coldest we've had yet. But sleep system worked well. I didn't even have to use my puffy to sleep in. I wore my down booties for the first time. After a while my feet were roasting. I had to get out of those things. No real issues overnight. My Sawyer still worked this morning. I slept with it in my bag along with my anchor battery and my phone. So no issues. But hopefully get this 17 and a half knocked out. Meeting Mrs. Reboot at Fontana Dam. And we've done a vacation rental by owner for a few days, and I'm going to take a 00. A 00? That's right, 00, because I haven't had a 0 yet, so I think I've earned one. Supposed to be nice weather the next couple of days. I think Ringo's anxious to take advantage of that. I've invited him to stay with me, stay with us. See if he takes us up on that. Problem is, I'd scheduled myself to start in the Smokies on Tuesday. 70% chance of rain on Tuesday. And I don't want to get cold and wet like I was between Wine and Stair Gap and NOC, because that was on the verge of being miserable conditions. Of course, you have to stay in the shelters in the Smokies, so it's not like I'd be getting in and out of a wet tent every morning. Alright, well, I'm going to have to give my attention to this hill now, so I'll get it with you all later. Maybe Jacob's Ladder. Till then, Reboot, heading north. 3 o'clock, and I can see the dam. There's the lake. Didn't film up on Jacob's Ladder because it's too windy. It's a strenuous climb, to say the least. Very similar to Bly Gap. So it's right up there at the top of the toughest climb so far. Alright, about 4.5 down to Fontana. Coming to the end of day 14. Doing the final descent down into Fontana. The descent into Fontana is brutal. It is right there with Blood Mountain and Nantahala, or the descent into the NOC. Except this one was dry, those other two were wet for us, but still. You do a lot of ridge walking, keep going, doing the pointless up and downs, and then the last 2 miles it just drops off, and the top of it is very steep, very taxing on the knees. But it's 5:15. We're coming to the end of the day, so now our biggest obstacle will be hooking up with Mrs. Reboot with no phone service. So I told her that if she could get to the junction of Highway 28 and the AT, that's where we'd be coming out. So hadn't heard back from her because I don't have any service here, and I have Verizon, so hopefully things will work out. But it's been a very long day, over 16 miles, and with Jacob's Ladder, and then there's another climb coming out of where Cable Gap Shelter is. It's a pretty good climb, and once you get up there, like I said, it's the ridge walking, pointless up and downs until you drop off. So really looking forward to getting off the trail. This will be the last video for a while. Hopefully I can get all these up before I head into the Smokies, and then once I head into the Smokies it'll be 7 days or so, maybe more, until I get anything else out. So thanks everybody for following along, and remember, it's all good in the woods.